Greetings and welcome to my Wednesday rambling. Looking further at this message series that I've been doing recently called Catholic Atheist. Over the last couple of weeks, we've looked at some of the issues that we can fall into an atheistic kind of belief. We've looked at how we can doubt whether God loves us, whether God cares about us. We can doubt whether God listens to our prayers and what's the point of prayer. Last week, we looked at the notion of trust, of how the people of Israel doubted that God would actually be with them on their journey through the wilderness. This weekend, we're looking at a slightly different way of what we're doing, and that's asking the question whether we actually know God. And we see this in this discussion that occurs in John's Gospel between Jesus and the man born blind and the Pharisees, and eventually Jesus and the man with sight, who now is able to see that not only is Jesus somebody different, he's actually somebody who invites a response. The Pharisees we see struggling. There is this passion that they have for adherence to the letter of the law. And the letter of the law says that you can't heal on the Sabbath and you can't do things. And yet Jesus simply uses his own presence, his own power to heal this man in the name of the Lord. He gives him sight. Reminds us as we go right back to the first of the episodes, there was message series in the series, which was about Adam and Eve and how God had created man, not by simply speaking man into existence, but breathing life into man. Today we see Jesus bending down and making a little paste with spittle so that he can rub it on the man's eyes. And just how there is a sense of intimacy, sense of union with God, who wants this man to be healed. The challenge for us is, are we able to see Jesus at the end of the story? Are we like the blind man who says, Lord, tell me who it is so that I may believe? Or are we like the Pharisees who struggle and simply refuse to believe? Why? Because, as I said before, Jesus doesn't obey the rules. He lives what the spirit of the rule is about, but he doesn't obey the rules. He doesn't stick to the plot, the plan that God seems to have made, or at least the Pharisees have made, of what God's law is about. So there's a bit of a challenge for us. Do we actually know God, or do we know about God? The Pharisees certainly knew about God, certainly knew about what it was important and what was a significant part of the story, but they failed to know God. My hope, my prayer for us, all of us, is that as we reflect on this incredible gospel passage, we really may come to know the Lord and know the God of life and love, who cares passionately about each one of us. Have a great week. Look forward to seeing you next time in my Wednesday ramblings.